All right, welcome to the So I Heard You Like Sports podcast, part of the So I Heard You Like network of podcasts. My name is Kyle, and I'm joined here by my friend Nick.
Hello.
And Nick's part of the So I Heard You Like Movies podcast, which is another one in the family of like podcasts that we do. He was recently in the first episode of that podcast, so go check that out. I think we'll have like a link in the description or whatever for that one. But anyway, so we are both Canadian, and we're gonna be
hmm
looking at a wide variety of like sports topics. But if you're wondering, we are probably going to take like a North American perspective on a lot of things because being from Canada, that's what we hear about a lot. So, what do you want to dive into first? Probably like the arena situation then.
Yes.
All right. So anyway, so being a Calgary Flames fan that I am, and Nick said he's a Leafs slash Capitals fan. I guess I'm a bit
hmm
of a Leafs fan too. Currently, Calgary's got a situation where their arena is like, according to Gary Bettman's, outdated. I mean, I don't really see why that's an issue because it's only
Yeah.
about like it's about 30 years old. I don't know,
Yeah.
like the problem. Yeah, the Saddle Dome was like early 80s, around that time actually. Maybe
Yeah.
even like
1983.
yeah, around there, yeah, because like it was built for the team, but also for the Winter Olympics in Calgary, so
hmm
it's not overly old. And I don't know, Gary Bettman, as soon as he sticks his nose in it, it just becomes a problem.
I think he has a problem with any old arena. Like literally, like it seems like every year he's like trying to force a team to build something new.
Honestly, though, because like before it was Edmonton, and Edmonton had this problem a few years ago with Rexall Place.
Yeah, it took them like 10 years to get the new arena going.
Honestly, though, because they had a losing team on the ice, but they had a lot of fans come out. Calgary's got a different situation. They got a competitive team.
Yeah, I
But
agree. They have
honestly, though,
probably one of
like
the best teams going into next season.
this season they're coming up. They have a really good product to put on the ice. But
hmm
I mean, you won't see this, honestly. It's been a problem with Canadian arenas. You won't see this. Gary Bettman has never called out the New York Rangers for Madison Square Garden or anything like that because Madison Square Garden was built in the 60s.
hmm
And like previously, you'd have all these old barns like Maple Leaf Garden or the Montreal Forum or anything like that that were probably like 60, 70 years old when they close.
hmm
But now you have an arena that's 30, 35 years old in the Saddle Dome that is already outdated according to Gary Bettman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't. Did he say anything about Joe Louis Arena being
Yeah,
outdated?
he brought up a few things about it, but Detroit was already moving in like the process of building one anyway, so he didn't really like stick his nose to it. And it's also, I don't know if there's any sort of American bias, but no,
hmm
they were already like planning for the past few years to do that. Like Mike Ilitch and the entire group there that owns like the wings and everything around that. They wanted to do something downtown, so
Yeah.
they got
Well,
that. They got it figured out.
yeah, that makes sense. And that arena is probably the best part of their franchise right now.
Yeah, I honestly though, because like besides, I was watching this video. We both watched the urinating tree. He's
Oh
one
yeah.
of the funniest sports oriented YouTubers out there. He was making a thing about the Wings and how their franchises really like went down the toilet in like the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Honestly though, because they have so many guys. And we're getting off topic already, but like I don't know. Okay, just quickly, I don't know how they're gonna resign Dylan Larkin in a few years. He's gonna want a big contract, and they keep handing out like
Yeah, I know.
contracts to old guys.
Yeah, I know. It's so funny.
I don't know. They're on like an old mentality. They need to move on. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
But
true.
anyways, back to Calgary. I think it'll get done. There's been whispers about Seattle, like
Yeah.
relocating. Like it's been Brian Burke's the only one that really mentioned that. Ken King, who is like one, like I think it's like the president of like hockey operations for the Flames or anything like that. He said that relocation's not an option, but Brian Burke totally went against him.
Yeah, Brian
But
Burke's just Brian Burke.
at the same time, Brian Burke's a bit of an asshat, and we all know
Yeah.
that from Toronto. Like the guy fucking ruined the franchise there for like
Yeah.
5 years. No, but relocation will not happen. Everybody see like all the insiders for a lot of different like TSN or sports that they don't see relocation as an
hmm
option. Calgary has one of the best markets in the NHL, honestly, with their fan base. They can consistently sell out.
Yeah, that's true.
So the problem is for Calgary right now is the municipal government, led by the mayor Naheed Nenshi. They don't want to put any taxpayer money into it.
Hmm.
They did a poll, and it was literally like slight majority of Calgary natives, they don't want to put money into it, but at the same time, like the Flames are a massive draw to the city.
Yeah, they're
They
top 10 in attendance every year.
Yeah, they are like for what Calgary's worth. Besides the Stampede every year and everything like that, the Flames are a consistent tourism draw, regardless.
Hmm.
And to see them leave, it's kind of unthinkable to happen, especially with like their fan base up there.
Yeah,
They're really proud and driven, but
it won't happen.
no,
I'm calling it.
the interesting thing is that there is a municipal election coming up in a month in Calgary, and
Yeah, and, and
if
Gary Bettman has chosen a side on that, I heard.
yeah, I know. And
It's hilarious.
Nenchi's probably getting booted out. Honestly, like I don't really know much about Calgary politics. All I know is that he's kind of like split the population in half.
Uh,
So like the interesting thing that I brought up though, like there was that whole Calgary Next project
hmm.
that was like a big entertainment district surrounded by the brand new arena idea that was going up. That was like for like I think they put it out for like 890 million plus like everything else. So it's probably going to be the projected cost eventually came to like 1.8 billion
Oof.
for an arena plus a like a convention center right
Hmm.
downtown. Yeah, it's like and yeah, it's for like hockey arena that will double as a field house for like lacrosse as well. But that was completely scrapped by both the Flames and the government due to the price.
Hmm.
Because they have, I think they have a decent convention center there. They just want an arena put right downtown.
Yeah, well, I feel like they're kind of cheap. Like, no offense to them, but
Yeah, because like you can put all this money into different areas of the public sector. Like I read this interesting thing. It was like you can put all this money into like art galleries and you can do all these things with like recreational things, but you can't put a little bit of taxpayer money into a brand new arena for something that will drive the tourism industry in Calgary. It's honestly like
yeah. Edmonton even has a smaller population than Calgary, and they have an arena.
I know the thing is like with them is their owner Daryl Cates was so driven to get it done. Like he honestly like blackmailed the shit out of the government up in the municipal government. He went over. I remember this thing. He like appeared in Seattle or something. He had something like there for business, but everybody like kind of like took it as like always meeting with like the organization that's gonna like potentially relocate that team there. So it kind of like I don't really and maybe Brian Burke's doing the same thing with that thread, but like
Yeah.
right now. But no, they need to get something done. They will. Honestly, I feel like it's just a matter of time. They have a month until this municipal election. Uh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it definitely will happen eventually. It
It'll
took
go
them a long
through.
time to do it in Edmonton,
It took them
but
about yeah, it took them like half a decade to get something together in Edmonton. But
yeah.
I don't know why like renovation isn't like an option of the Saddle Dome
Yeah, that's true.
because it is only like a 35, 40-year-old building. It shouldn't be that outdated that you can't renovate the existing site. But I'm not an architect. I don't know these things. Maybe it is completely like it got flooded like 4 years ago or whatever when the flooding happened in Calgary.
Yeah.
So I don't know like if that building's completely like messed up, but it's in a good area. It's in a decent area. I don't know
Hmm.
why what the problem is. It's just a tug of war between the municipal government and the team as well as the NHL is always in there like
Yeah.
Gary Bettman and his posse's in there always.
I think there's more issues in the NHL that they should worry about first.
Yeah, like how is Vegas gonna fucking exist after like 10 years once the
Yeah.
novelty dies down?
Or
It
the Islanders or
the
the
Islanders really
Coyotes, the
you never
Hurricanes.
hear anything about the island. Like Gary Bettman hasn't really brought anything up about the Barclays Center, and that's a major issue.
Hmm.
It's a basketball oriented arena. It was built for basketball.
Yeah, I know.
I looked at these pictures and they have like the sight lines from the upper bowl.
Hmm.
Some of like the sight lines it blocks an entire net and shit like that. Like you
Whoa.
can't even like see like the close net towards like where you're sitting because like the seating is so messed up. It's just for basketball, but like I don't know. They're probably gonna move out. of that arena and go somewhere else, if anything. The
Yeah, well, I think
Islanders.
they're having like sort of rumors of them going to somewhere where the Mets play, the New York Mets.
Yeah, if they move over to like I think they play in Queens, and that's where
Yeah.
it is. If they like build an arena there, there's also talk about like moving back to the Coliseum for a few years. They're
Yeah, they could
f-
renovate it.
they could renovate the Coliseum because it's sitting empty right now.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of there, maybe some concerts, but
Mm. Now, there's another arena situation that's going on that's not on like as big of a scale. I guess it is now because of what happened in the playoffs. But since I'm going to school up in
oh,
Ottawa at Carleton,
yeah,
uh,
but isn't that
it
like confirmed basically almost that they're making a new one downtown?
yeah by the local newspaper, but like TSN's brought it up. Basically, the Ottawa Senators Arena, the Canadian Tire Center, is, and
A million
I've been
kilometers
to
away.
it. Yeah, it's out in the middle of a farm field out in Canada. It really wasn't an issue until this year's playoffs when they couldn't sell out a playoff game in like the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, it was pathetic.
It was absolutely pathetic. But like driving to the arena 2 weeks ago, we
hmm
went. There's like a shopping, like a little shopping mall out there, Tanger Outlets. It's called.
hmm
It's right near the arena. That's pretty much all that's out there.
Yeah.
We drove there and we got stuck in traffic for like an hour.
Sorry, my brother just did some weird thing.
No worries. We'll edit that out. But no worries.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, so getting stuck in traffic for an hour, I can see why people like the city of Ottawa is so spread out that like it'll take you like an hour and a half to get with traffic from one side to the next.
Yeah.
So they need to get something done downtown. I think it's kind of like almost confirmed.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure they have plans for a specific place and they're even gonna build like residential units and stuff.
It's around there, yeah. It's called like the Breton Flats. It's been sitting like as like a dirt like area for like 2 years now. They're pretty much moving along with it.
Yeah.
If you've noticed, like their budget for their team has been so low for like the past 5 years. They have like no high contracts on their team.
hmm
The owner Eugene Melnick wants to put a lot of his own funding into the arena, so he doesn't like piss off the local government. He hasn't really asked for any public
Yeah.
funds, but maybe that's what Calgary has to do. I don't know, because
Maybe.
if the
I mean,
fucking
Calgary's really good though.
yeah, I think they'll get something done. But
They're a Stanley Cup favorite for me this year, or at least like
yeah, looking at the team on the ice,
yeah, that's
honestly though,
good.
you look at what they added. They added okay, Brian Elliott. I thought he was a great deal last year, but he was inconsistent.
hmm
He wasn't really like an overly good player for the Flames, anyways. I don't know if it was the pressure of playing in a Canadian market or if it was just he's getting older, but
Yeah, that was well, it was
it was a
pretty.
good idea at the time.
Yeah, it was decent until he made the playoffs, then he just shit the bed, and I was
Yeah, I
like,
mean, at times in the season too, Chad Johnson had to carry the team
yeah,
in net. So they got rid of both of their goalies from last year. I don't know why. Like Chad Johnson was a good player, Calgary native too.
true.
But this year they've got Mike Smith as their starter. I think that he's going to be a decent player for the Flames for the next maybe 3 years.
Yeah, I would put him as a just a short-term goalie,
He
obviously.
he's getting up there in age, but they've got guys coming through the system. They got I mean, being from I remember originally from London, seeing Tyler Parsons week in and week out. He's in the Flame system.
Oh,
He could come up in the next like 3 years. I don't know,
yeah. Well, it's
but yeah,
harder for goalies to come up, I think.
yeah, it's the
So,
same with a
we'll
lot of
see.
places. Like some goalies have been rushed right into it.
Yeah.
Like in the past, I've seen. Well, I mean, Rick DiPietro, absolute bust, was one of those things. He came right up from junior.
Yeah,
Some
he's such a
goalies,
joke.
I know, some goalies can do it. Some goalies can't. And like it's ruined some goalies' careers. Like um,
Price has done it, pretty sure, right?
Price was like he was inconsistent the few years of his career.
Yeah, I remember he'd be like on and off. It was weird.
He got like there's like trade rumors even back in like 2010 when Halak carried the team.
hmm
And but I think Montreal should thank themselves that they never traded him because like
Yeah.
he's the top goalie in the world now.
hmm
But no, I think definitely for Calgary, you look at besides that their defense is absolutely solid.
Yeah, that's true.
They have Dougie Hamilton. They've got I mean they added Travis Hamonic this
They
summer.
have the second best
Honestly,
defense in the league,
yeah, the top four pairing.
arguably the best.
Giordano, you got Hamonic, you got Hamilton. Who else do you got? Fuck, they're my favorite team. They got Michael Stone in there. You got a few other guys, and I mean, up front, they're decently solid up front on their
Yeah, they're
offense.
pretty good.
I
One second.
mean, no worries.
Okay, I just don't want background sound.
No worries. All
All
right, we're
right.
back. We're back. No, but up front as well. Sorry for like the little bit of a thing of there, the cut, because Nick's been having some problems. So up front, I mean Johnny Gaudreau's not like a 40 goal scorer, but he can like put the puck in the net from time to time. He was like hit a low goal scoring percentage last year, but I think he'll have an up year this year.
Yeah.
I think definitely they won't get swept again.
Yeah, I don't think so. They really remind me of Nashville for some reason because their top four is like solid.
Yeah,
And
even like
then
Nashville, I mean, I
like
could
what?
see them doing even better than last year.
Yeah, Nashville will be really good too.
If they can, like, they came in as an eighth seed last year and went to the
Yeah,
cup
that's true.
final.
Well, wasn't
Um,
one guy's injured? I'm pretty sure though. Trying to remember.
yeah,
Defenseman. I think
yeah,
it
yeah,
is it
yeah.
Ryan Ellis?
Ryan Ellis is out long term.
Yeah,
He's
so
out till like December or January, I think.
don't stop them though. They got Yossi, Subban.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even they got rid of Weber when they put Subban in there, and I think they got better.
Yeah, they got better. They won that trade.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Montreal.
Um, for
We'll talk
now,
about Montreal another day. But
we talk about Montreal
my
another day.
opinions on how everyone overrates them. I can't wait to
I
talk about that
I
one day. Not
I
today though.
I overrate this shit. Like a lot of people do. Like I have friends who are Canadians fans, and they just are absolutely enthralled with how the Canadians will do this year. But they got
Hmm.
worse.
They're always
They
worse.
got so much worse. I mean, they traded
Yeah.
a future elite defenseman in Mikhail Sergachev.
For Drouin. Pff,
They don't even have like a solid number one center.
they don't they
The
don't
pro-
believe in centers.
the projected number one center was either Drouin or Philip Deneau
Well, it's
because
garbage.
Galchenyuk cannot play center. He was not good this year. Last
I think
past year.
they're the way they should try to make the roster, just stack it up with centers and then make a team from there. Because centers playing wing, it's easy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Look at I'm trying to think of a good example. I know Team Canada always does that.
Team Canada always does that because they have such a
Yeah.
deep roster.
Yeah, it's like, you got like Tavares, Stamkos, Crosby.
Yeah,
You probably have
Stamkos is
McDavid
playing
if
wing on the World Cup of Hockey. You got Tavares playing wing at times too. It's kind of like whatever.
yeah. You want to go on to the next topic?
Real quick, I want to continue with the NHL theme. I want to talk about the Leafs.
All right.
I want to talk about the Leafs. We're moving on from Calgary and everything about that and everything surrounding their arena situation in Ottawa as well. The Leafs, they are not naming a captain this year.
It's
What
a
do
good
you think
idea.
about that?
It's different though, because I mean, like a lot of teams have just gone on and named captains like Edmonton, McDavid,
Mm,
Landeskog,
in
Crosby,
Colorado,
Taves too. Yeah.
there's a lot of young captains or a lot of captains that came in pretty young, but I
Yeah. Well,
like the idea.
Stamkos and like Tavares weren't too young.
McDavid was like second year captain
Oh yeah, he's the youngest captain like ever.
after Crosby. Crosby, or I mean, he's younger than Crosby named captain, but Crosby at the
Yeah.
same time was like 2007 named captain.
Yeah. So was Landeskog. It's like second year.
He was pretty young too.
Yeah.
I think
But
Colorado
they're
made
not
a
going
mistake
anywhere.
there. No,
Yeah.
it should have been Duchesne. But aside from that, we'll talk about what he did earlier. We'll talk about what he did the other day later. But
Oh,
for the
okay.
Leafs, I think it's a pretty smart idea. Give the boys another year of
Hmm.
like gelling together. I think Matthews is like the soon to be captain.
Yeah, for sure. He's really mature and stuff.
I mean, yeah, I mean like it's a smart idea because they just got Patrick Marleau.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put Matthews as the captain this year just because they have this Marlowe in the locker room who could really be a leader for this year.
Hmm.
And yeah, don't put like Matthews on a pedestal yet. Give him another year.
True.
But I think Toronto's going to do really well this coming year.
Yeah, definitely. There's like probably higher expectations for them now that they made the playoffs, obviously.
There will be, and there will be a lot of pressure on the guys, but I think they can handle it better than the last group, the
Yeah, that's for sure.
2013 group that
Oh man,
collapsed.
James Reimer.
I'm still pissed off about that.
Yeah, same here. That was just
Although like the run where they like took the series lead against the Caps and stuff, I was happy with that.
yeah, that was like one of the greatest moments in Leaf history in the last 50 years.
Yeah, definitely. Besides that, it's like 93, 1990. That's
Yeah.
it, pretty much. Actually, Sundin, the times when they made the playoffs, they made the Eastern Final, a couple of like 2002. But nobody really talks about that.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh, but I think they're well on their way to being like Shanahan and Mark Hunter and Mike Babcock. All these guys, they have a good framework in place. And Lou Lamoriello, I forgot to mention him. They have a good framework in place. Well, they'll be good for a long time.
Hmm.
And did you see the news? They brought back Roman Polak
Yeah, on
on
like a
a
tryout.
tryout contract
Yeah, I feel like
because
he's like a fan favorite. He's not too good of a player, but
he did play like they kind of leaned on him in the playoffs.
yeah, that's true.
Then he got
He had a good
hurt, so
playoffs.
he's long term injured. But bring him back on a tryout, see what he can do. Give him like he's no longer on like a big contract, so
Hmm.
honestly, though, I think that another guy who needs they're probably gonna someone's gonna give Yager a tryout soon. Should they? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
I heard
Jager's the type of guy he wants that real respect. He's like, yeah, give me money,
he
or else
will
I'm not
not.
playing for
Yeah,
you.
he will not like take a tryout. Probably he will go
Yeah,
to Europe instead. I heard
yeah,
Calgary was a team in the mix for him for goals and for leadership,
that makes sense. Just a one
but
year.
yeah, 1 year. But I don't know if he wants to go to. He likes Florida.
Yeah, he's never played for a Canadian team ever.
That would be
So
interesting.
yeah,
I keep hearing always it's Montreal, blah blah blah. But that's the Montreal media saying that.
Montreal is
Montreal's
always related to like any player, really. That's what they always say.
any like francophone player. Like, did you? They had like TVA, which is like the main like TV network up there for Quebec,
Hmm.
had like eight reporters covering their preseason golf tournament for the Canadians,
Jesus Christ.
and I don't, no other franchises like that.
Yeah, maybe the Leafs though.
Yeah, but they
It's
won't.
because they're used to playing golf though.
They got the Blue Jays to worry about right now, the media, but the Montreal media is all about the Canadians, and that's it.
Yeah, it's because that's their only like sport. They have the Alouettes in CFL, but
Yeah,
yeah, they're a joke.
they're a
They're
joke right
worse
now.
than the Tiger Cats now.
Yeah, the Tiger Cats. I was like, I don't really follow CFL, but to see them like go winless for so long, like just
Oh, that was great. I was like, this is like the Cleveland Browns,
yeah,
the CFL. I was
I know.
hoping they're gonna go undefeated. I'm a Ticats fan.
You are
The-
a tie. You're hoping them to go like Owen.
Oh yeah, I don't know how many games are in a season, but
It's like nine. Is it 19? I don't know.
I think so. It's some weird number.
It's
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 not.
weird.
It's
It's
higher
Canadian
than
football.
NFL.
Whatever.
Yeah, three downs.
Three downs is more exciting. I feel you got to pass the
Yeah, that's
ball
true.
more. But I like watching NFL more.
Want to know the one last NHL thing we should talk about before we move on to other sports?
What's that?
So the other day,
Yeah.
Mark Scheifele
Hmm.
said this year he's going to push himself to be better than McDavid and Crosby.
Yeah. I saw he wants to move in like the elite status. I'm like, it's
He's really
March.
underrated.
It's yeah. He is an underrated guy. He could play on a line. He's got Liney and Nikolai Ehlers around him. They could build
Hmm.
something.
Yeah,
He's in a tough division though. They've
yeah, that's
got
true.
they've got the Blackhawks, they got the Predators, they got the Blues to worry about. They got the who else they got to? They got a lot of the teams around them. They're gonna I don't know.
Yeah,
They're tough. They got to be really good.
Dallas.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
have a good feeling about Dallas this year. Like,
They're gonna bounce back big time.
yeah, they're making the playoffs for sure. Like
Tyler
Ben Bishop.
Sagan, if he is completely healthy all year, he's an elite player. They're gonna do well.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, the last thing for NHL we're gonna talk about is Matt Duchene. Let's
Who?
talk about him, Matt Duchene.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Okay, if any of
I might
you
even put
guys,
I might even put pictures for this podcast.
yeah, for this anyways, because this is the funniest picture I've seen in a long time. His face, nothing again, it's his reaction. So for those of you who don't know, Matt Duchene plays in the Colorado Avalanche, probably
It's
the
unfortunate.
worst team in the NHL right now. One of the worst run as well as like,
Worst salary cap record of all time
yeah,
in the
definitely. Like
salary cap
honestly
era.
though.
It's hilarious.
So they do have pieces like on their defense is absolute garbage.
I
Tyson
like
Ba-
Tyson Berry.
Tyson Berry's a good guy, but like besides that, it's absolutely
Put him on the
weak.
Leafs.
Yeah, get him on the Leafs. Uh, no, but Matt Duchene wants out. He's wanted out for the past year.
Probably longer than
They
that.
still haven't traded him yet.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what Joe Sakic is doing, but he showed up for training camp, and we'll show the picture. But he's got it. He had the emptiest look on his face. He does not want to be there. It's like the
He
look
looked
of,
disappointed that he was not traded over the summer.
and his interview too to go with it. He said he's here for the fans, out of respect for his teammates. But he'll see the media in a few days. He says he's gonna
Yeah.
try and push through a trade.
I feel like that whole organization is garbage. There's been trade rumors about every good player on the team except for McKinnon.
McKinnon's the only untouchable, really.
Yeah. Even Tyson Berry, though, I would keep him. But I feel like they're not going to trade Tyson Berry because Petakwa was fired mainly because he said, yeah, I want this guy out of the team.
Yeah, I don't know like if he's a locker. Matt Duchene's gonna become a locker room toxic soon if they
Yeah.
don't get rid of him. He should have been captain though. They
Yeah.
made a lot of mistakes. Like when Adam Foote retired, they gave it right to Gabriel Landeskog, and it was like a 20-year-old guy stepping in. It's an absolute problem. Matt
Joe
Duchene,
Sakic just doesn't know what he's doing.
he was an amazing player, one of the best I think.
He's ruining his career.
He's ruining his legacy, honestly, for like his managerial lack of skills.
Hmm.
And it's really weird because they had Patrick Waugh at coach, and they had Joe Sakic at general manager. It's more like those are two of the guys that led them to two cups. Or
Hmm.
yeah, but then again, as manager and coach, they don't get along whatsoever.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think they need to tear it down. They need to get rid of all the guys except for McKinnon and maybe Barry and restart because their guys are all going to get pissed off.
Yeah.
Just like Matt Duchene.
I bet they're super mad they didn't get even in the top 3 picks this year in the
Yeah,
draft.
true. That fucked them over so hard. I laughed though
Yeah,
because
that
they
was
needed
even
a.
that was worse than when Buffalo was last and didn't get McDavid,
I,
which
cr-
wasn't too bad. That makes
I
sense.
kind of like. I have like a soft spot for Buffalo. I used to go watch their games a lot, but like,
Yeah, good prices, Buffalo.
yeah, good ticket prices. No, I would have rather had McDavid on the Sabres than the Oilers. Fuck, but whatever.
Oh yeah, but if
You're a mainly a Leafs fan, so
yeah,
whatever.
I mean if Eichel had gone to Edmonton and then Edmonton had gotten, I mean if Buffalo had gotten McDavid, then we wouldn't have that amazing video of Eichel and Sam Reinhart going to training
On the
practice on a
double
bike.
bike there, that was
Oh
funny.
yeah, that was good.
Maybe Eichel's back in good spirits. I don't know because he was pissed off for the longest time too.
True.
But anyways, moving on. Because
What's the
we've
next
talked about
topic?
hockey for a long time.
Baseball or basketball?
Do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the top 100 NBA?
Yes.
So, Sports Illustrated the other day released the top 100 players for 2018, and it drew a lot of controversy. A lot. What's one thing that sticks out for you?
Um,
We're both Raptors fans, by the way, so.
there's a lot of players. I looked at the whole list and the whole thing just looked
Me
really
too.
bad.
I'm looking right now at the list.
Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, true, but the one thing I'm looking at is DeMar DeRozan at 36.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
And he
He's
called
top
them
15 to 20 at least.
he called them out for it too. He
Yeah, he did
jumped
last year as well.
he jumped 10 spots, but this year he like did the tweet FSI, like fuck Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
And I'd say the same thing. The whole fan base in Toronto would say the same thing. Seeing him night in and night out,
Yeah.
he's an elite guy.
I don't get how like no offense to Kyle Lowry, he's a great player, but I
I don't
don't
know
think
how
he's
he's
better than DeRozan.
I
You
don't
get
know
paid
how
more
he's
than him
better
too.
than Klay Thompson. He's one spot ahead. He's one spot ahead of Thompson and two spots ahead of Irving.
Wait, Lowry?
Mm-hmm.
The hell?
Kyrie's 21, Clay's number 20, and Kyle Lowry's 19. So these guys are on drugs. These guys are on crack.
Hmm.
So if Kyrie can get all these guys in the trade, what can Lowry get then, I wonder? Like, what the fuck?
No
I don't know.
idea.
I don't know. But, yeah,
I'm looking at the list right now.
I think they really fucked this list up hard.
Ginobili 97? What?
They put Jay Crowder at 44, and he was a player that got thrown into the trade package just because, just to shed some
Huh.
cap. But they put him higher than so many other players. Like they put
That's
him ahead
probably
of
because
Wiggins.
people
They
know his
put,
name now because he was in the
Yeah,
right in
true.
trade.
They put him ahead of Wiggins. They put him ahead of Jeff Teague, Ibaka. They put him ahead of so many players. Like, although it's funny to see like how far Dwight Howard's fallen.
Yeah.
73, and he was a salary dump for the Hawks this past year, this summer,
Hmm.
because he was an elite guy with Orlando, took a dip with LA, the Lakers, and he hasn't been the
Hmm.
same since. But do you
True.
agree with like the top 10?
Oh, I haven't seen the top 10, not gonna lie.
Do you agree with Giannis being number 9? Giannis Antetokounmpo?
What? I'm looking at it right now. It says he's number 48.
What are you
Oh,
looking
maybe I'm
at? Are you
maybe I'm
looking
looking
at
at last year's
I'm
list.
looking at 2018. Yeah. Look at
You
number
know what I
look,
feel though? That fantasy rankings are better than this.
Yeah, true, because they have another list. ESPN put one out too, and they put like Carmelo Anthony at like number 64 or something, like way low.
Yeah.
I'm
So that's the
looking
thing.
at it right
Fantasy
now.
ratings, that's the most accurate because those people know what they're talking about.
Mhm.
If you look at the hockey ones, it's like McDavid and Crosby,
Yeah, definitely.
Matthews. It all makes sense. It's like based on what are they going to do next year, probably.
Let's go from 5 to 1 and see if you agree. Do you agree with LeBron James being number 1?
Um, yes.
I do too because he's still elite. He's the
Yeah.
most marketable. He is the best player in the
Even
NBA.
if he's dropped down a tiny, tiny bit,
A
he's not.
small bit, he's still really good.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant at number 2.
Yes.
Really? Over
Yeah.
Steph? Yeah,
I
he's
used to,
got
I hate him, but yeah, he is
Steph's at
really
number
good.
3. Steph Curry's at number 3. I kind of agree with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Unless Steph puts up a monster year, it's Durant number 2 probably.
Yeah, definitely.
They put Kawhi Leonard at number 4. Do you agree with that?
I really like Kawhi Leonard.
I don't see him being over. Like I see Russell Westbrook at number 4 though, but they put Westbrook at
Oh,
6.
oh, what am I thinking? Kevin Durant's not number two. Russell Westbrook's number two.
Honestly though, I don't know because Westbrook he was MVP this year, but he's got Paul George with him. But
Yeah,
Paul George
he's
didn't
not going
cut
to be
top
working as
10.
hard this year.
No, he won't. They won't lean on him as much. But for me, Russell Westbrook's number 4. Leonard's 5, and Harden's 6. James
Yeah,
Harden's number 5 on this list. He's ahead of Westbrook.
true. I don't think Westbrook's going to even be MVP this year. He's not going to try as hard, so he's going to be like, okay.
Do you think they overrated Chris Paul at number 7? I really
Yeah.
think they did. Holy fuck. They put Draymond Green at number 10.
Kyle Lowry's better than Chris Paul. Just saying. No
Draymond Green,
Toronto bias.
Draymond Green is at number 10. The horse slash donkey himself is at number 10. I
Uh,
don't know what these guys are thinking.
Me
I don't
neither.
know why. They they love the Warriors a little bit too much, I think.
Well, obviously. Looks like
Everybody loves the Warriors.
modern dynasty. Obviously, they like them.
I
Same with the Blackhawks in the NHL, or they did the MLB did like the Giants for a while, but
The Giants are fucked this year.
yeah, they're fucked.
But no, but still anyways, like they put Draymond ahead of Jimmy Butler, ahead of Paul George, ahead of John Wall.
Mm.
The list is
Had a
absolutely
DeRozan.
fucked. Yeah,
DeRozan's better than
it's fucked. I mean, DeRozan could crack top 10 if these guys weren't on drugs. Fuck these guys. They
true.
put
I'm gonna search up the fantasy rankings.
fantasy's a lot like more accurate. These guys are just
It
like
is.
talking just because they put. Oh wow, they Canadian Tristan Thompson 52.
Oh,
That's a bad ranking though.
yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at the these are the 2018 projections for fantasy drafts because they haven't released them really.
Who's number 1? Is it LeBron?
Westbrook.
It's Westbrook number. Yeah, he's better with fantasy
Yeah.
to be honest. He puts up like
LeBron is number 9.
really.
Yes, I'll name them all
I don't know if
in
it's
top
like to
10.
do with the minutes they play and stuff too. I don't play basketball
Yeah,
fantasy, but
there's
okay,
projected stats here.
list them. List the top 10, I guess.
Okay. First I'm gonna find where DeRozan is. Okay, he's not even top 15. That's
Okay,
okay. That makes sense. I'm not salty about that. All right, so
it's all
number
right.
10,
Mhm.
John Wall.
Agree.
9, LeBron. 8, I don't know about this one. Carl Anthony Towns.
He'd be a beast in fantasy. I feel. I don't
Yeah.
know.
They have a brand new team, so we've never seen them with that team yet. So who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah. True.
Then Curry, number 7. The Unibrow, number 6. Kawhi Leonard, number 5. Durant, number 4. Antetokounmpo, number 3. I love saying that name. And then
Yeah.
Harden's number 2.
Antetokounmpo, he'd be a beast in These guys are just going to be all
Yeah.
beasts in fantasy.
Antetokounmpo is like one of the only players in the top 10 that says next year he'll have better stats than he did last year, which
I
makes
kind of
sense.
agree because they're getting used to each other. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Westbrook's stats, like projected stats on here, are down obviously because Paul George is going to be there.
Definitely. I think but for the SI list, they put Kyrie Irving at 21. They need to move him up, honestly. He's better than that.
He's better than Lowry.
He's better than Lowry. They put Damian
Yes.
Lillard at 17, so I think they should put Kyrie around the same level.
True. Yeah, do you want to talk about Kyrie Irving and the Celtics?
Yeah, I'd like to talk about a little bit about that because it was the trade. Although it happened, it didn't happen. It
Yeah.
like it
Took a
was
while.
delayed. It was
Mhm.
delayed for about a good 2 or 3 weeks.
Mhm.
The whole thing because Isaiah Thomas, I watch the NBA, I follow it, but I
Mhm.
follow more Raptors. I didn't realize how messed up Isaiah Thomas's health is.
Yeah, me
It's
neither. They don't really
bad.
they don't focus on it here in Toronto. They just focus on Toronto.
Yeah, they started
It's too
talking about
much.
Isaiah's health after the fact of the trade.
Yeah.
So Cavs went back to the league and stuff, and they demanded more. They got a pick out of it, an extra pick after the trade went through. But who do you think did better with the trade?
Oh, Cleveland.
Yeah, they got better pieces, but
Boston did not get better. They got worse this trade.
Crowder was a cap dump. They have more players coming up. Isaiah Thomas is an injured point guard, but
Yeah.
but Boston only got Kyrie. They didn't get picks.
They
As
didn't get
well, you
anything.
have to note that Boston gave up their number one, their top, like the Nets
Oh,
first round pick next year, which is going to be a guaranteed pretty much top 3 pick, top 2 pick.
no, that's going to be
It's going to be number 1 probably, but
yeah.
unless DeMarcus D'Angelo Russell does better,
Mhm.
maybe he could slide them to number 2 or number 3. Maybe it's probably going to be number 1. But to give that much up for Kyrie Irving is just outrageous.
Yeah.
They should have got like a second round pick at least out of it. But
True.
Boston wants to be good now, so they'll
Mhm.
pair Irving. They got Jason Tatum. They got a bunch of guys,
They got
but
Gordon Hayward. I like that, but
that'll be dope. But that's gonna be bad for the Raptors.
yeah.
But maybe it will take down the Cavs and the
Yeah.
Cavs and the Warriors whole duopoly. The two only really like dominant teams.
That's true. I don't know how the Raptors are gonna
They
be this
might
year.
they're gonna be a second
Same
round.
core.
They're gonna be a second round team again.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this year though. With the amount of good teams in the West,
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like somebody's gonna break down the Warriors.
I don't know. I
It's not gonna be the Lakers this year.
yeah.
As
No. What
much
about
as
Houston?
Lonzo and LeVar,
I hate I hate them so much. I hate that family. I just hate them.
if it's gonna be anybody, it's gonna be either Houston, well, Minnesota could do it.
Yeah. Maybe Oklahoma. They only have Paul George and
They
Westbrook.
got Steven Adams too,
Yeah, that's true.
so somebody's got to break them down.
Mhm.
Somebody has to, or else it's gonna be another Cavs Warriors series. But
Oh yeah. Let's do it. 4 years in a row.
I think in the next few years, it's gonna be a repeat of the Lakers and Celtics. if
Lakers. Yes,
if
maybe.
the Celtics can get better from what they lost in the Kyrie trade.
And no one likes being in the East anymore.
Yeah, the East is kind of like an easy. It's going to be the Celtics definitely if LeBron
People want a
leaves.
challenge. Yeah.
LeBron
That will just be like if that happens, it's just gonna be a shit show in the East.
LeBron
Like it's
could go
just
to
gonna be bad.
LeBron could go to the Lakers.
Yeah,
Fuck the Raptors could squeak into the NBA Finals if anything. Like
that's true.
I don't know, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting year. I feel. Do you want to move on,
Sure.
or do
One
you have
second. I'm
anything?
searching up the Eastern Conference standings from last year
Mm. What were the
because
Raptors? Were they like number 4? I think they were number 4.
I think so. I accidentally searched up 2 years ago because I remember the eighth place seed team. I don't know who it is. I'm pretty sure they had a really bad record, and I was
They had an under 500 record. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Okay, where the heck is this thing? Um, so I'll have to go to ESPN. I love going to ESPN. Yes, Chicago was exactly 500,
And they got
which is
in.
that's
They
still
got into the
embarrassing.
Celtics.
Portland had the exact same record though in the West.
Yeah, it's just the age of parity is gone. There are two dominant teams. Well, there's more now, but then you have a
Yeah,
bunch of shit teams that can just sneak into the playoffs.
yeah. Well, in
And
here last year there was five teams in the West over 600.
mm,
That's really good. I mean,
that
there's
is
only
very
three
good.
in the East.
Mm.
They're like Utah, LA, Houston, San Antonio, Golden State, and then in the East
I
there's
don't
like
know.
Toronto, Cleveland, and Boston. But
Yeah, but I don't know. It's going to be a lot different this coming year. It's going to be a shit show in the East again.
hmm
It's going to be absolute like there's going to be a team under 500 getting in. I'm going to like die. It's going to be fucking stupid.
yeah, if that happens, that'll be really bad.
It'll be bad, but it'll be fine because the Western playoffs are going to be interesting.
Yes, definitely.
So do you want to move on to MLB or NFL first?
We'll do NFL. I
Yeah.
don't have too many NFL understandings.
Do you know a lot about? Do you know anything at all about Ezekiel Elliott?
I've heard about it, like a 6 game suspension going back and forth between canceling it and not canceling it.
He was. I'm a Cowboys fan, so I know a lot about this. But so he was. I don't know if it's indicted, but like he was like kind of like brought to like court. Well, not really. Like he was. There's like a case against him about like domestic violence from his ex girlfriend at Ohio State. It's been going on since before he got drafted by the Cowboys.
Oh,
But they pretty much like the court threw out his case because the girlfriend didn't have enough evidence, and the evidence that she did bring to the table was pretty much blackmail, and it wasn't really like much to support what she said. She's also
okay.
been like claimed to want to ruin his career because he's a douchebag apparently. But
Oh,
so I, that's the only thing. But the NFL, and I think it's pretty much to save face and to make them look good. They want to suspend him 6 games.
mm-hmm.
And the
They
NFL,
should.
do you think they should?
Yeah, they should.
Or
He's making them look bad, you
is
know?
that cowboy bias or is that
No, that's not cowboy bias. I don't even have a favorite team.
no?
No, not really. Let's go Bills because they came to Toronto once.
Yeah. No,
Best
but
team in the league.
they're making the league look bad. But the league's already looked bad when Tom Brady and the shit with Deflategate happened, and
Yeah, and all the
they want to do
concussions.
something. They wanted to suspend him just because whatever they can. They I guess they'll fuck up the Cowboys season, whatever. But Ezekiel Elliott got like this restraining order against the league or some shit, supported by the Players Association because the Players Association supports him because he was never criminally charged or anything.
Hmm.
So he played week one. He did really well against the Giants, and he'll probably play week two. But the league is trying to rush along and get him actually suspended. So maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. But it's gonna be it's looked bad so far in the league.
That's true.
Oh well. Oh well. They still got Dak Prescott in there and Des Bryant. I think the Cowboys will be fine. But
I feel like it's gonna be a Patriots
they
repeat.
no. They lost to the Chiefs week one. They Julian Edelman is out for the season. Their top receiving target. I don't really have a um, favorite to win the Super Bowl this year. It could be the Patriots. It could be the Steelers. It could be
Can't
the
be the Falcons
Packers.
because they'll blow another 28-3 lead.
Oh, it could be them, but probably not. With Julio Jones, they probably won't do it. It could be the Cowboys if Ezekiel doesn't get suspended. Even if he does and they get in a wild card spot, they could still go far. But
hmm
in the West, I'm picking the Packers against the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Oof.
Unless the Patriots continue to suffer because of no Julian Edelman, and if like Rob Gronkowski has another like injury-filled year, it could honestly be the Steelers if Le'Veon Bell plays out of his mind and Ben Roethlisberger is a sick player. So
hmm
I don't know. We'll move on. We'll move on to
All right. To baseball, the last topic of today.
the last topic of. Or I'm
We'll
gonna
pro.
stick something in there about soccer, but
Okay,
baseball.
yeah, yeah. You can do
Uh,
soccer now if you want.
you want me to do soccer now? Okay.
Yes.
So you said prior to filming that you don't follow baseball that or soccer that much,
Not that
but
much,
you
no.
heard about Neymar.
Yes, and how much is he getting paid?
It was not like he's getting paid like 600K a week. It's the same with like Ronaldo and Messi. They get paid that just their salary, not counting the sponsor like endorsement fees and shit. They make a lot of
Hmm.
money to play one game a week, pretty
That's
much
bad.
1 to 2 games a week.
It's
But
horrible.
Neymar moved from FC Barcelona in Spain, for all you soccer fans out there, one of the best teams in the world, to Paris Saint-Germain, which is like they're on the up. They're owned by an Arab oil family, oil money family, so they don't really
Are
care.
they,
They can,
they're like the Leafs of this league?
yeah, basically they can throw. Well, the Leafs don't throw money out the window like PSG does.
Oh, they should.
PSG, yeah, they maybe they should, but the NHL has a salary cap and shit in place. Soccer is just an absolute shit show.
Oh, just like baseball.
Basically, yeah. But
Yeah.
so Neymar had a clause in his contract, which is a really stupid thing to have in soccer, where if any team pays, in this case, it was 263 American or 263 million American dollars. They would terminate his current contract, and he could sign with the team that pays that, and it's what PSG did.
What the?
Now, Real Madrid, on the other hand, the other massive Spanish team, they have like clauses for like Ronaldo and shit for like 1 billion and stuff. So Barcelona really like lowballed the amount in their contract, and somebody could actually pay it.
Hmm.
So there is these rules that FIFA has called financial fair play, which is like the team has to make so much and sell so many players they can spend that much in the transfer market.
Yeah.
But PSG's kind of like circumvented that. They've done a few different shady things, and they've been able to buy him for that much money and totally throw financial fair play out the window. And they've also bought another player. He's like I think 19 years old. I think he's like a teenager. His name's Kylian Mbappe.
Hmm.
He played for a French rival called AS Monaco. They signed him on a 1 year loan deal this year, and with the intent to buy next year for 198 million. So they've spent like 400 million in the transfer window. So basically, the next topic we're going to be talking about today is the MLB standings and like where our teams are at and whatnot. So basically, we're both Blue Jays fans, and they are well out of it. So
No, 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 no.
they are
Big
out
story.
of it, dude. They have to catch up to the Rays. They have to catch up to the Orioles, and then they
Yeah,
have
it's
to
over.
worry about the Yanks. But have you taken like a liking to any team that's in the race right now? Like, have you like latched on to any team?
Cleveland because of Edwin.
I like Edwin, but at the
Hmm.
same time, I think he's kind of a dick for going to the team that knocked us out last year. But
Yeah, no one really talks about that too
yeah,
much.
nobody
They're just like, oh,
really.
he was such a good player. Like Kevin Durant was a good player
You
with
gotta.
Oklahoma, but
It's
people are
it's
hating
not in the
him.
same like deal where he just ditched them. He was a good servant for us. Whereas
Hmm.
like Durant had more to give to the Thunder, but like we could probably like we pretty much did replace him with Kendrys Morales, but it didn't really work out as well as we thought. But like
Yeah, that's true.
I've taken a liking to I don't really like any other AL teams, but like Houston, I like what they've done where they've built from prospects really only.
Yeah, they're really good.
And they've only really done that with their prospects. They have I went and watched a few of their spring training games. They're absolutely amazing with their lineup as well with their pitching. They got Dallas Keuchel in there as their ace, and he's just absolutely amazing. Do
Hmm.
you like any National League teams?
Pittsburgh, man, because I went to a Pittsburgh game, and oh,
They're
it's the
out of
best
it,
arena in
kind
the
of,
league.
but like they have a nice ballpark. I want to see it. Apparently, I've seen it on TV. It's got such nice views.
Oh, it does, man. It's the best.
For the like in the race that I'm like watching, I like the Cubs. I've liked the Cubs. Like I want them to break the streak so bad. I also like Jake. I'm like a pitcher guy. I like Jake Arrieta
Yeah,
a lot. But no, I like the Cubs and the Dodgers. I kind of want to see. They haven't won the World Series in a while. I like Kershaw, so like maybe
yeah. More like choke Shaw, because all he does is choke.
pretty much. And he got hurt, and they still went. And they did that whole like. It's so funny to look at now. Cleveland is on
Yeah.
this unreal winning streak, and LA was on this unreal losing streak.
Hmm.
And they're still top. They're still top of their division, pretty much. Like it's easy.
Yeah,
What do
that's
you want to
true.
talk about first? You want to talk about Cleveland first, then?
Sure, let's
What is
talk
that?
about
What is it at? 22 games.
22 at the
They
time of us recording
the time of
this.
us recording, it's at 22. So,
Could be 23.
let's partially jinx it and say I don't know if it will end tonight or not. I don't know. Whatever. They've already
I forget
broken
what
the
the
record,
longest
right?
record is.
They've already it was the Athletics in '02.
Yeah, well, that was the American League record. I thought there was one higher.
Maybe there is, but you can search that up when we talk. But the A's, the Moneyball A's, the one that's based on the movie from '02, they went and I think they won like 21 games or something.
Hmm.
And the Indians have broken that record. And they've done it with like almost the exact same lineup from last year, plus Edwin Encarnacion.
Yeah, that's true. They're basically like trying to get back at the World Series.
They might. I think they will. If they can get
Yeah,
through
I don't really
Houston.
know if I don't believe in the
Boston,
Red
I
Sox.
don't. They're 83 and 63 at time of recording. I don't think they are as much of a threat as any other team.
Yeah,
I feel like the Yankees could be a threat to the like anybody like really.
yeah, I feel like they're the type of team that would push
They'll surprise a
someone like
few.
Cleveland to like 7 games, let's say.
I think they could.
Yeah,
You got the
Houston's obviously good. I just want to know if they're legit. Like, we'll have to wait till the playoffs, obviously.
in the American League the let's see games back. So the Twins are the second wild card team. They've kind of pushed some space between themselves and the Angels, like 3 games right
Yeah,
now. I think it's pretty much set, honestly. Like
yeah, I
if
think the Twins will make it. The Twins look solid to me.
in the NL, it's a little bit more
They walked
close.
off the Jays last night.
I saw that.
I was watching. I mean, I was like, I'm gonna fall asleep watching the Jays game, and then it ended, and I was like, oh,
Oh
okay,
well. Jays are done. Jays are done.
yeah.
I have a friend that she says keep the faith and shit, but it's like
9.5
it is
games back.
so
It's
hard to
possible,
do.
but
Yeah.
like
Let's see
on
the
paper, it's
let's see the
possible.
Jays rattle off 22 wins and we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So the Indians, I think Andrew Miller was actually like hurt for a while there too, but they still
Hmm.
have been able to
David
do.
Price just came back for Boston.
I don't care. I don't like
I
that
know.
guy at all.
Me
Fuck
neither.
that guy.
He's just bad. He gets paid way too much.
I'm glad Toronto didn't give him that contract. That's so
Yeah,
funny though.
I'm glad Boston's paying him. It's hilarious.
Pay him to fucking sit in the DL or fight with
Yeah.
reporters and shit and suck ass in the
Hmm.
playoffs still.
Oh yeah.
No, but after like I don't even know. Like it's close. It's close-ish for the wild
Hmm.
card in both divisions. Like it's closer in the NL. Milwaukee and St. Louis are right there. Like they're 2.5 games back of the Rockies.
Hmm. And
It's
then the rest is just whatever.
it's kind of dropped off after that. Yeah, it's 2.5 games for the Cardinals and
Hmm.
the team next to them is the Marlins and they're 11.5 games back.
Yeah, so
It's
that's.
dead. It's done.
Hmm.
And like the teams that's been let's see 14.5 games, the Padres are two games away from being eliminated from contention.
Oh yeah, let's go Padres.
Yeah,
Playoff
the
push.
Jays are 7 losses away, 7 games away from elimination, so they mathematically have a chance, but
Hmm.
the Mets were eliminated the other day because they're absolute garbage this year. I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah. Who
The
knows? I think it
Giants.
was injuries.
Yeah, like,
Syndergaard was out
Cespedes
most of the year.
went off. Syndergaard's been out all year pretty
Hmm.
much. Like, he's been done. Giants collapsed, and they are 57 wins and 91 losses. They're absolute
It's really bad.
garbage. I don't know
They're
what
worse
happened.
than Philly.
I don't know what happened to them. They're on an identical record with Philly right now. Actually, never mind. They have 91 losses. Philly's played 2 less games. They have 89 losses. But I
Hmm.
don't like to talk about trash teams. You know.
Yeah. Who do you think is actually going to make the playoffs? You think all the teams that are in it right now will make it?
I think the closest I'd like the wild card teams in the NL right now are Arizona and Colorado. Two teams you wouldn't really like think of.
Arizona's definitely going to make it. I think they're 5 games ahead right now,
Arizona
as it
has
is.
Greinke to this massive contract, and they have actually a pretty decent roster. If you look
Hmm.
at it, they got Paul Goldschmidt and the boys rattling off wins. I don't even know, but
Hmm.
Colorado Rockies they're really like close. They haven't made the playoffs in a few years, but they could do it.
Yeah. Washington and LA have already made it. Same with
Washington is
Cleveland.
clinched. Fuck.
Yeah. But I mean, here's the thing about the Dodgers, the Nationals, and also
They're the Cubs.
Houston, maybe
Houston.
Boston.
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not believing in any of these teams that they're legit
In
contenders.
Washington or the Dodgers or Boston,
All of them.
you don't
I
see
would
any
like to
in.
see something. I don't see
Do
championship
you see
teams
the
in them.
Cubs? Do you see the Cubs as a contender?
Yeah.
They had a slow start, but they're good. They're good again.
Yeah. Repeat.
It's not going to be Cleveland, Chicago again. It's going to be Cleveland, and like if the Dodgers get hot, then they can make it.
Cleveland and Milwaukee.
Yeah, if Milwaukee makes it, maybe I don't know.
I have a good feeling about Milwaukee. Milwaukee's
Milwaukee's
got a
got a
good team.
decent team, young team. I think they could, if they can push past Colorado, then they can
Yeah.
get in and do something. But
I'd like Colorado to not make the
honestly,
playoffs.
though, like the winner of the wild card game gets to go and most likely face the Dodgers at 94 wins right now.
Yeah.
Like they, it could,
Washington's catching up though.
it could on it. Yeah, true. Because like the Dodgers have been absolute shit.
Yeah, they had like an 11 game win streak or something like a lose streak. I mean,
Yeah.
after
It's been
national. Wait, what was
terrible.
it? It was because people were saying because it was Sports Illustrated that said best team of all time question mark.
Yeah. And then there's
I was like,
11
that's just a
games.
stupid article.
And like Josh Reddick said, right now are the worst team in baseball.
Yeah, true.
I'm looking at the MLB.com standings, and they have like the streaks along the side, and just to see Cleveland at W22,
Yeah, I know that's crazy.
it is crazy. But I see it's kind of hard to judge teams based on like streaks, but Cleveland
Yeah,
looks
because I
good.
mean, wasn't it? Oh, sorry about that. Excuse me.
No worries.
But in the NHL, there was Columbus and Minnesota. Remember they like clashed when they both had those big win
Who
streaks.
even won that? Was it Columbus? I'm pretty sure won that game.
Yeah, Columbus, and then Columbus went on, I think, second longest win streak
They
of
never
all
really
time.
went that far in the play, either
Yeah,
team.
both of them choked in the first round.
It's pretty like it's gonna be like you can't
But
judge a team.
Cleveland, though,
You can't judge a team. Maybe baseball is different, but I don't really know if you can judge a team like that.
yeah, but it's just this is different though because Cleveland's actually a legit team. They were in the World Series last year. Columbus and Minnesota and the NHL
They
were
were
just
startups and they got lucky. I don't know.
yeah, they got lucky making the playoffs. Well, I wouldn't say lucky. They're good teams, but like they don't have
Columbus
any
is, yeah,
experience.
both of them are really good teams, but
Columbus
uh,
was supposed to be a good team for a long time, so that streak was like bound to
I'm
happen
glad that
eventually.
it's paid off. I'm glad they're doing well.
Yeah.
But back to baseball.
hmm Yeah, we got trying not to get off
We
topic.
get sidetracked all the time.
I was just trying to do like a reference,
No
sort
worries.
of, because I can't think of any other teams recently that have had really long win streaks in the MLB this year. So
Yeah, it's true. I mean, like, I don't know, but no. AL East. Honestly, though, it's gonna be
it's
Red
gonna be
Sox.
Boston. The Yankees are actually only like 3 games
They're
behind.
3 games back, but still, unless
Yeah.
Aaron Judge has been hot and cold. Like he's been really cold since the All Star break. And then he got
Well,
okay
yeah.
again.
He's trash. I'm more of a Giancarlo Stanton fan myself.
You're just looking at his home run total, just
Oh
climbing,
yeah.
climbing,
He's
and
just
he's on a
well,
shit
he's slowed
team.
down a bit, but like it doesn't matter. He's over 50.
Miami. I want them to do better.
I want them to sell tickets.
Apparently, that their organization, with the whole group, including Derek Jeter, I guess we're moving on because like there's not too much to say about.
Yeah, like we basically like all the teams that
We've talked about it
in
all.
conclusion, every
Yeah,
team that's already in a playoff spot,
they'll make
except for
it.
maybe Colorado, maybe Minnesota, are like locks for the playoffs,
Yeah,
basically.
basically. But Miami, Derek Jeter's group, the guys involved with that bought the Marlins. Apparently, they're looking at like decreasing the team budget by a lot.
Oh,
So Stanton could be gone. There could be a lot of guys that are on big contracts gone, like Christian Yelich. So many guys because they have a big like a big like salary hit right now. A lot of the
hmm
guys, but they aren't a playoff team still.
true.
I don't know
I'm
what it
searching
is.
up if they're actually making money, because I feel like they
They're
might not
losing
be
money. I'm
actually.
pretty sure because they don't sell tickets all that much.
Yeah, they barely sell tickets.
It's the same with the other like Florida team. Tampa Bay is like one of the worst attendance records.
Let's look at Miami Marlins StubHub tickets.
What do they sell
See,
them for? What do they sell them for?
let's see.
It's gonna be like $10.
It's gonna be. I think the last time I was on here, I saw Blue Jays for like $7. This was like beginning of the season when they were trash.
Really?
Okay, I'm not gonna look for one of these weekend games. I'm gonna look for maybe a cheapest game
All right.
Monday.
All right.
Okay, here we go. $9 each.
For Marlins?
Standing room only. Nine
Yeah,
dollars.
it's kind of the same in like all ballparks. Ballpark
They
like
have a good
stairs are
ballpark.
cheap.
Their ballpark's really weird though. I don't like what's up with that statue. Like
It's a brand new
like
ballpark too, but like it's a fucking weird look to
Yeah.
it. Do you know
There's
do you know a backstop of that ballpark?
I've never seen it.
Have you
I've never
never
been
seen
to.
it? It's like
No, they're like
it's
huge.
a fish tank.
Oh my God.
It is a fish tank that is like the glass is like I don't need it's protected so it's like so strong it can protect against like fastballs coming at it and shit. It's like really thick glass and stuff.
What the heck?
I don't know why they did that. It's just kind of a
That
waste of
is
money.
weird. There's a different Florida team that needs a new stadium, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's
The
opinions.
fucking Rays, buddy.
Just
The Rays play in a it looks like an inflatable baseball.
pretty much. And I mean, I was kind of glad when they didn't have to play there for the Hurricanes and stuff. I was really hoping it was going to go to a place that doesn't have an MLB team, but they chose Citi Field,
Yeah, they
I
went to New
think.
York. Weren't they playing the Yankees, I think? That's
I
why.
think so.
But no, the if you're looking at domed stadiums, the Jays did it right. I mean, the Rogers Center,
Yeah.
some people don't like it, but like I kind of like it. I like it,
Yeah,
I guess.
it's not an MLB ballpark, really.
The Jays?
Yeah, it doesn't look like one compared to other ones. Like I've seen the
It's too
Philly
like
and
it's
Pittsburgh
too
one.
like the Jays ones really like when they built it, they tried to make it look futuristic and stuff like that, but it
Yeah, at the time.
kind of looks dated.
Yeah.
The Rays, on the other hand, they have like a full white roof.
Hmm.
You lose the ball in the sky so many times. They need to. I agree with Florida having like a domed or like how the Marlins did it, where it's like a retractable roof.
Yeah, retractable roofs are becoming like a thing that a lot of people do. Like Milwaukee does that now too.
Because Florida would have a lot of rainouts. Both the
Yeah.
franchises would have a lot of rainouts. I agree with
Houston
like
has it
Houston has it,
for
yeah,
heat
for the Minute Maid Park, yeah.
because it gets really hot down there.
It's really
So it's
dry heat
closed
too.
most of the time. Yeah.
That ballpark's actually pretty nice in Houston.
They fixed it so it's nice. Like the center field thing where there's like the hill, it was like,
It was
what
kind
is
of
this, a
messed.
mini golf?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mini golf place? Like,
The one stadium I want to visit though, besides like the obvious like Fenway and Yankee Stadium and stuff, is Kansas City.
oh yeah.
It's a real, especially in the 15 playoffs, it was like highlighted. It was such a nice ballpark though.
Hmm.
Have you been anywhere besides Rogers Center?
Philly and Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah,
Pittsburgh was
you did
better.
the Pennsylvania, I'm
Philly's
sure.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's in like a parking lot with
So it's surrounded by
it's
like nothing.
it's surrounded by a it's like that. It's like on like just the outside of the city. It's like that Wells Fargo Center, like
The arena for the
yeah, the
Flyers.
arena, and then the football stadium's there too. So it's literally everything's like in the same place. So like the
That's the same
parking
with
lot is
like
huge.
yeah, that's the same with
It's nice though.
I've been to Rogers Center obviously, and I've been to Comerica Park
Hmm.
in Detroit, and they put Ford Field right across the street for the Lions, so it's kind of like in the
Oh
same area. But like it's a nice ballpark.
yeah,
They did like a rustic old style theme, and it turned out really nice. It's a nice ballpark.
another team that needs a new place is Oakland.
Oakland, I've heard things about them moving, but they won't move. To be honest, I don't
It
actually
could
know.
happen.
It
I
could
mean,
happen. San Jose could get them. I've heard.
yeah, they're really like poor. Everyone's seen
Oakland is a
Moneyball.
shitty. No offense to Oakland, but like they're across the bay from San Francisco. You look at the difference between those cities is incredible. How shit the
Hmm.
one is. Like they just lost the Raiders
Yeah, and
to Las Vegas. They're not going to lose the Warriors.
yeah.
Golden State plays out of Oakland, but like
Or no, they are leaving.
where are
They're
they?
going
They're going across the
a
bay,
new
aren't
arena.
they?
Yeah, they're going to San Francisco.
Well, I mean, they're leaving the city, but they're not changing their name or doing anything. They're just moving to the
I
other
heard
side
they
of the bay.
might.
I
I
heard
heard
they
it could be
probably
a
won't
thing.
because
Yeah,
they're
but
so popular. It's Golden State, blah blah blah. That's their team
yeah,
name
because
and shit. So they're not going to change it.
then the
But like,
bandwagon fans would be like, "Where did Golden State go?"
yeah, basically, we're the San Francisco. They were previously the San Francisco Warriors at one point,
Yes,
but
I just searched up their history. They used to be Philadelphia.
they were in
That
Philly at
was
one point too. Yeah,
so long ago.
but
It's all about the process now.
I like the Giants. I like the Giants ballpark, but they're trash.
Yeah,
So
they're real bad.
they're really. I don't. Madison
Every
Bumgarner. Do you remember what happened
every
to
other
him?
year. No, it's every other year. That's the thing, you know.
Yeah, but they didn't drop off this bad in previous years. Madison Bumgarner got in a ATV accident, and like he hurt himself and like before spring training or some shit, I think. I remember it was around like April or like March. He got in an ATV accident. He's missed a lot of time, and the team just fell off.
Sure.
But anyways, yeah, I'm looking at the standings. Like continuing with baseball, Cincinnati's done. Get rid of Votto. Fuck, you're wasting his career.
Wasting anyone's career who's decent there. I can't really name anyone else.
I'm glad that Chapman left because he was wasting time in Cincy.
Mm-hmm.
Although he's kind of trash. He's been
Uh,
bad this year.
Yeah, I didn't like how he went to Chicago and then he signed with
He went
the
to
Yankees
Yankee.
again. I was like, oh
Yeah,
my god.
yeah. He was a temporary Chicago Cubs guy, and he almost blew the World Series for them.
Oh yeah, that was a really good game.
I almost cried several times because I wanted the Cubs to win so bad. I was like, "You're here in Game 7."
I was happy for Rajay Davis as a
But
Toronto fan.
when he got the home run, I was like, "Fuck this guy! Fuck this guy! Fucking former Jay doesn't hardly do anything in a Jays uniform. He did some stuff, but
Yeah.
never were a playoff team with him. He goes and
Mm,
does shit with Cleveland instead. So I said, fuck that guy. But glad they won. Glad they broke the streak, the curse.
true.
I don't know.
I'm searching about Oakland right now.
Do you like the idea of these wild card games where this year, if the playoffs started today, it would be Yankees Minnesota? Who do you think would win?
Minnesota.
Really? Yeah, unless
Yeah.
the Yankees.
Houston won. Houston. I remember when Houston won that game against the Yankees a couple of years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, that was a good game.
I thought the Yankees would win, but then I was like, nah.
And
I'm still salty, Houston.
division rivals in the NL for the wild card game would be Arizona, Colorado.
That'd be good.
I'd see Diamondbacks winning it.
Yeah, I don't believe in Colorado. Milwaukee's a strong
They got
team.
Gonzalez on their team,
Yeah,
Colorado.
that's true.
But I see Arizona taking that game too. World Series predictions. Who wins against who?
Okay. So right now, before the actual playoffs start,
Yeah.
I'll do this one, and then we'll do one
When they
the playoffs
start.
are
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
announced. If it's the exact same teams, then whatever.
yeah.
We don't have to. Um, Cleveland.
Cleveland
finals.
in the World Series against who?
Um, I'm gonna say, oh, this is tough. I want to say the Cubs, but like I don't think they're not too good this year. The record is like
I already
decent.
know who I'm picking. Like whatever.
I think I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna say the Dodgers.
Yeah, but who
But
wins?
they won't
who
win.
wins against who?
Cleveland would win that
Yeah.
10 times out of 10.
I'm picking Dodgers and Cleveland as well, but maybe
Nice.
it'll go 7 games. Maybe Dodgers might take it. I don't know. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know. It depends. It depends unless the Dodgers keep dropping off. They're on a 2-game win streak right now, so whatever. We'll see. But Cleveland's on a
Correct.
22-game win streak, so like
Yeah,
whatever.
that's true.
I don't know. But anything else you want to talk about on the podcast for episode
Pretty
1?
sure I'm good for today.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. It's a solid hour.
Yeah.
Solid hour we got done. But anyways, thanks everybody for listening to the first episode. I don't really know how often we're going to do these. Maybe a week, every couple
Yeah.
days. I don't know.
We'll try once a week for now.
For starting up, I don't know. You got another podcast to work on too with the movies
Oh, it's
one.
okay. I got time for both.
I gotta go be a guest on that when I go see Kingsman #2 though.
True.
That's gonna be a good movie. But anyways, I'm Kyle and alongside Nick. Thank you all for listening to the podcast on YouTube. I honestly though, get it up on SoundCloud, get it up on Spotify. We could do that eventually,
Oh, yeah.
but for now, thank you for listening on YouTube, and we'll catch you all later.